Hey there, greetings and welcome to Grow Moringa Farms in Plant City, Florida. I'm Kendrick Henry, your local USA Moringa farmer. Thank you so much for joining us today. If at any time you want to learn more about Moringa and you want to get all the answers about growing Moringa either for yourself, for a business, or as an enterprise operation, and join us as a collective worldwide organization, then join us at growmoringa.com, sign up and become a member today, and you'll be able to get into one of our live webinars that we have daily. I'm teaching everybody courses, classes, and all the really good stuff that you can learn, all the answers about growing Moringa. One of the most common questions that we get is, how soon can I harvest my Moringa trees? Well, this is a plot of Moringa that is about 45 days old, and we're gonna make our first harvest. You'll be able to make your first harvest after 45 days. Can you believe that? So from seed, it sprouts and it turns into a nice green forest of Moringa, just like this here. Now this is our intensive style bed that we have all throughout the front part of the farm. And the point of doing this is to be able to get fresh microgreens, to be able to help get some income, fast income. This can happen every 45 days. You can bring in a harvest and grab some to either dry it or potentially just sell it fresh as a fresh microgreen at the farmer's market. The next step is, after the season is over and you've had about several thousand to 100,000 trees like this growing on your 1 acre. That's right, 100,000 Moringa trees on 1 acre. I mean, this is probably several hundred trees just in a little plot of say like 3 to 4 feet by 10 to 12 feet. What's gonna happen, it's gonna produce a tuber just like this. After about 3 to 4 months, you'll get something like this, possibly at the end of 6 months. This is almost a 1-year tuber that was growing in a pot from a tree that was growing in a pot. And we pulled it out and we're gonna ship this in the mail. So we have bare root tubers that we can actually ship in the mail to you just like this, and you can stick it in a pot. It's an easy way for us to get a lot of trees in a box for you and then get it to you quickly without necessarily having the greens on it. You don't always have to ship trees with greens on it. And believe it or not, this was a stick that we had sitting in the ground that produced a tuber over the course of 1 year. This is a 1-year tuber that came off of a stick. This was a stick that I just stuck in the ground like this, flat. It was completely submerged, and it turned into this tuber, and we pulled it out. This actually had a large tree coming off of it. We just pulled that off, harvested the greens, use that as a fresh green product that we can bottle up, or not bottle up, but bundle up and sell fresh at the farmer's market. And then also it created this tuber, which could then be skinned, boiled, tapiocaed like a cassava, made into pudding, potentially even chopped into chips, and also powdered to make a spice. This is called the horseradish tree for a reason. This is a very spicy tuber. Now, you want to skin it, because Moringa does have the propensity to pull up heavy metals, so you don't want to necessarily eat a root tuber that is over a year old. So we're eating all tubers that are under 1 year old. And of course, in soils that don't have heavy metals, right? So you can get your soil test, heavy metal test at growmoringa.com. Growmoringa.com has now a soil test for heavy metals if you want to test your soil to see if you have heavy metals. And look at this tuber. So this will be the next product that you can get after, say, harvesting several times. We're going to go ahead and just go through and make a harvest just to show you how easy it is. And people say, how soon can you make a harvest? Well, you can make a harvest within 45 days, just like this. And I'll come back here just so you can see on camera. She's going to get like a little haircut. We're going to go ahead and trim all these back. Now, we've already made little harvests here and there off of these trees. But now it's time to let the sun in, let this dry out. Now we'll probably layer this raised bed with a small layer of mulch, just to kind of bring it up a little bit, give it a little bit of nutrient. We're just giving these trees a little bit of a haircut. Now I'm trying to harvest it just above the first leaf. Now what I mean is, I can go ahead and just take one of these out here. Let's see, this one here, I'll just take this one out. So the seed is still on it here, and it's producing a nice root. It doesn't have a tuber yet, but it's got the first leaf that comes out. And if you hit it above the first leaf like that, it's gonna split above that first leaf nodule. If you hit it below the first leaf like that, it's gonna start regrowing from the root. So what I wanna do is mostly just harvest from above that first leaf. So I'm not going all the way down. I'm just kind of staying a little bit up. And if some of them don't come back, it's quite all right. But most of them I've already trimmed back, and some of them are even coming back pretty strong. I'll pull out a few weeds. There's a few grasses in here. One of the things that's so cool about growing moringa in an intensive style bed like this is that it prevents any of the grasses or weeds from coming up in between like this. It actually helps to suffocate any weeds. So we'll come through. There's very minimal weeds here. And this is our first harvest. How soon can you make a harvest? How soon can you eat your moringa? How soon? How fast? When can I make the money? Well, if you plant several hundred to several thousand seeds like this, like we have in an intensive style bed, you can harvest fresh greens just like this all summer long. Wherever you are, grow moringa anywhere in the world in the summer as an annual, just like this. So that way you can go ahead and harvest it back, and it'll come back. It'll come back even thicker than this. After this cut, all of these will start to really thicken up, really start to form some wood. It'll start forming some wood on it. And this is the best way for you to make a little bit of money off of just a raised bed. Look at this, fresh greens. We can bag this up. We can market this as a premium microgreen product. Look at this. We'll just get this washed up, and we'll be able to get this out to a buyer that wants fresh greens. We have a long list of buyers that want fresh greens daily. We got a lot of buyers that want fresh drumsticks, which we're working on right now, making sure the buyers have fresh drumsticks. But a lot of buyers really just want the fresh microgreens. So we could sell this little bundle here for like $5. We'll put that in a package, and that'll be $5 worth of fresh microgreens. So we've at least got a couple $100 worth of fresh microgreens here just on this little plot. And then guess what? In 45 days, it's gonna do it all over again. And then in 45 days, it's gonna do it all over again. And if any of these start getting really thick and woody out, like this one's already starting to get really thick. Let's see if I can pull this out. See what's gonna happen here with this one. Look at that. It's already got a tuber on it. This is 45 days with a tuber already on it. Now that's what you want right there. Wash that up. Wash that up right there. And that is a horseradish tuber. Look at that already forming within 45 days. Beautiful. Now you can harvest your moringa trees and get fresh greens just like this on an intensive style raised bed. Join us in the Grow Moringa Collective, so that way you can learn how to grow moringa anywhere in the world, raised up on a raised bed just like this. I'm Kendrick Henry. I've been growing moringa in Florida, in Plant City, Florida, Tampa, Florida for the past 6-7 years. I first heard about it from Dr. Sebi in 2013, and I've been growing it as a farmer. I love it. I use it in every way. I eat the seeds, I eat the leaves fresh. I love putting it in my smoothies and shakes. We have recipes and all kinds of things for you at growmoringa.com. Lots and lots of info for you and value. And also inside the members marketplace, you could sell your moringa to other members and get certified to be able to sell it on the website. So let's talk more. Ask us questions, like this video. I'll see you soon. Ciao.